I'm like a lot of Americans, love to shop at Target. I mean, we do, but we just can't anymore. And while the rest of the country is worried about, having fun and going out and shopping and enjoying a store, that store is fundamentally tearing down this country. And we have to have real conversations about how serious we are about protecting our freedom.
That is South Dakota Republican Governor Kristi Noem attacking Target and tearing down any sense of perspective or common sense. The governor, who is often mentioned as a possible Trump running mate in 2024, picked up on a story in right-wing media about Target's nonprofit foundation. It is not the store, it is an entity set up by the Target board members to give a small portion of the company profits to charities. So what's the problem? Well, among the more than 50 charities who received Target Foundation money last year is an organization called NDN Collective. Based in South Dakota, it is led by Native Americans who work with more than 200 other groups representing Indigenous Americans to build and foster community justice and fairness. But here is how NDN is being portrayed by Governor Noem.
Target Corporation, their nonprofit, has funded NDN Collection tens of millions of dollars. In fact, in 2021, they gave them over $50 million to use to be anti-America, to be anti-military, anti-cop, anti-veteran, to be anti-Israel. And this is a very extreme organization that's raising these dollars from nonprofits such as Target and going forward and buying land and using it to infiltrate our American way of life and our value system.
Now, to be fair, a few members of NDN have spoken out against police brutality, American military imperialism, and America's awful history with indigenous peoples. But if you look at any charity across the United States, including, say, Catholic Charities USA, the Christian Broadcasting Network, and countless other conservative nonprofits, you will find staff who have said all kinds of controversial things. Conservative nonprofit staff have endorsed the big lie about the 2020 election and declared January 6th as a justified insurrection, or if not justified, that it was somehow carried out by Antifa. If these Christian charities are getting money from a company's nonprofit foundation, should we boycott that company or that store? Should we ignore the good that, say, Catholic Charities is doing in communities? Should we ignore the money a corporate nonprofit foundation is giving to other charities? That is what Governor Noem and other limited-thinking conservatives are suggesting in their boycott, and it is absurd. Target made over $100 billion last year. They are giving some of that money every year to their foundation to help more than 50 charity organizations. That effort should be applauded, not condemned. Naturally, Fox News could not even be bothered to distinguish between the Target stores and the separate Target nonprofit foundation. And Noem added to the gaslighting by linking NDN Collective with Mount Rushmore.
What NDN Collective has said, this nonprofit, is that South Dakota is the cornerstone battle against freedom. They want to take away Mount Rushmore, shut it down, eliminate it. And it has long been an institution of what America stands for.
And that cuts both ways, because the fact that white nationalists and many conservatives ignore is that Mount Rushmore exists on land that was stolen from the Lakota tribe. And it's understandable if Native Americans view Mount Rushmore differently than, say, Fox News and conservative politicians like Governor Noem. And by the way, controversial comments about wanting to eliminate Mount Rushmore are not part of the policy of NDN Collective. The comments were made by a group leader when expressing his individual feelings. Anyway, this effort to bash NDN Collective and Target stores is part of the ongoing culture war that Republicans have embraced. They prefer stirring up division and hatred instead of addressing real problems. But go ahead and stop shopping at Target. The company will be fine, and many of us will be happy not to run into you right-wing lunatics while shopping. By the way, Fox News host Harris Faulkner recently proved on air that she is a liar and a hypocrite. Check out that story at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.